Welcome to the Optimists Always Win Forum. You are about to embark on the journey where we learn how to move from defeat to life's C-suite. Your host today is award-winning speaker, stage 4 cancer survivor, and renowned diversity trainer, Kimberly S. Reed.
The question about Power of Your Rearview, I just want to go back to that for a moment, because this is a very important chapter for me when I was writing it. And looking back, to see what, and seeing what we've been through, right? We've all been through something. Most people said that 2020 was their most horrific year in their lives, right? What we've survived before is really a powerful way to kind of reframe the present moment, right? And you all have powerful stories, all of you. But what do you think back to when the going gets tough? Like when 2020 happened, or when a tough time in your life happens, when do you go back to? What do you think back? How do you come up out of that? Benny and Irvin, I want to hear from you, please.
So for me, the power of the rear view is really the power of change for me. August 31st, 2014, I was in a near-death car accident where we hit a tree at 90 miles an hour, which was actually the impetus for creating a book. And at that point in my corporate life, I had checked all the boxes, right? Did everything. Like I listened to Irfan, I was to a million-mile flyer and living the life, and realizing at that point it was about success, right? Like coming from a humble beginnings, I never thought about being rich or having things. It was always about giving my best, right? And winning, right? But there's a sacrifice that comes along with that, right? Is time. You only get 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, right? 1 day. And I realized at this point, right, and this is all happening in my mind as this accident is coming on, that I hadn't really lived my life, right? So was invited to a barbecue from a childhood friend, and leading up to that event, I had a grandson that was born on July 30th. Took my son to IMG for boarding school. Saw my mom, who has Alzheimer's, and my dad celebrated his 70th birthday, all in that time period, right? In that 30-day time period. And when we got to my friend's house, 4 adults, 3 bottles of wine, we're sitting, catching up. He's going through issues in his life, things that he has to deal with. I'm going through things in my life. We're sitting out on his deck. A misty rain happens. He had just bought a new car, a 550 Mercedes. So we said, let's take a ride. So the ladies, they all come outside with the kids. We get in the car, back out, go down this driveway. It's probably the length of a city block. Opens up the gate, makes a right-hand turn. I grab my phone and I hear a quick thud. The car takes off. So I turn to my left, look at the odometer, the car's going 75 miles an hour. I fully turn, he's out. Foot on the accelerator. So from the point where we started to impact was a half a mile with a car with no driver. So at this point, I'm thinking about, Lord, right? Because this is what we're taught to do, right?
Yeah.
Talk to God.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm not going to see my family anymore because I've seen everybody who mattered to me leading up to this one moment. Then you really come into perspective of your mortality. God, I'm not going to see you soon. I'm going to see you soon. And then I got angry with God, realizing if I'd known I was going to die today, I wouldn't have shown up, right? So we started going down this road for about, for the half a mile, and we're hitting trees. And finally, we hit something in the road that we're now barreling towards this big oak. and I see it in slow motion that my life's about to end. So needless to say, at that point, I'm thinking about all the things that I'm not going to celebrate. I'm not going to celebrate my daughter's marriages. I'm not going to be there to take care of my mom. I'm not going to be there, right, just to live another day. And impact happens. I have an L3, L4 vertebrae fracture, bulging disc in my back, massive concussion, bled half of the blood out of my body internally, right? And we hit the tree so hard that the seatbelt lacerated my small intestine. But at that point, after that, and I came to, I realized I wanted to live. I wanted to live every day and realize that every day is important. Planning's important, right? You want to have a future. You want to back into your future, right? But you have to live the day. And from that day forward, I took control of my life, right? It didn't matter about how successful I was or the people that I knew or the influence that I may have or perceived to have, because that moment in the day that we live in is the most important thing. And that's where my book was born, On Impact. So it chronicles my life from 11 years old to now being here with you, Kim, right? And all of the journeys along the way. And impact is an acronym, right? For intuition, mastery, pivot, authenticity, communication, and teamwork. That comes in operation for me to apply myself to all of the attributes that can help one along the way.
I love it. Oh, what a story.
That's a beautiful story.
What a story.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you. Please, thank you for sharing. And I thank God that you are here with us today. Benny. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that is a powerful rear view. No question about it. And we have powerful rear views. And, you know, Irfan, can you tell, I would love you for you to comment, because you started a whole new company. And, you know, the power of your rear view, you've been very successful. What are you taking with you from your previous experience in life, corporate life, business life, to your new company, Cloudsufi, right?
Yes, Cloudsufi.
Cloudsufi, I love that name.
Well, I mean, if you look at the word Cloudsufi, Sufi is an orchestration of your beliefs, and Sufi dance is pretty famous to do that. So when we coined the company saying, let's make the enterprise data dance, to me, fundamentally is monetization of data, right? So I've built companies in the past, and I've been very fortunate in getting exposed to different friends, different colleagues and customers. But one thing which the reason I actually created this company was what always bothered me as I was, as Benny was saying, that, you know, you're the hot shot, you're traveling, you're growing, you've got all the stuff, all the so-called cool stuff, which you think at that point of time. But there was a part of me which was always dragging me, my human inside me, and the person what I was becoming was kind of getting torn apart, right? In different ways. And that's also, by the way, the premise behind the book, which is coming out, which at some point of time in the future we'll talk about it.
Yes.
But, so I figured out that I need to really drop a lot of kryptonites behind, right? That's what I did. So my rear view journey was more about what I need to leave. I was the human inside me knew what I was good at, my value system, the people I surrounded with, and my relationship with my customers, my employees, my friends. But what I was becoming was tearing me apart. Right? And that what I was becoming was more of an optical illusion, right? Great illusion. It's fantastic. Yeah. But I didn't feel, I think the human inside me didn't like that person which I was becoming. right? And I really, and you know, when you're building organizations, and as large as what we were building before, it's a 24/7 job. It's a commitment. You just go inside it, heart and soul. So when you're living, when you're spending more time with that person than the human, right? It starts bothering you completely. And now the new company we formed, the everything from the time we, even to the logo, to the design, to the team, to the management team, to the customers we are picking up, to the employees, everything has one common thread right now. I really want to know the human behind the person.
Yeah.
I really want to know, is he bold? Does he have empathy? Does he have integrity? Does he have passion? Some people call it old school, but it was never old school. That is the real school. It's always been.
Wow,
It's never.
that was excellent.
Yeah. That's a
Right?
tweetable moment right
That's a
there.
trademark.
I mean, it is. I mean, you think about it, right? I mean, if you look at everyone you come across, and you just have to peel the onion, this value system is the same. The problem is that we are trying to be that person, and we're losing the human which we were formed and we could be happy with. So for me, the foundation of Cloud Sufi, and if you look at the management team, we've got, I picked up we've got two very strong women leaders in the team, and I grew up in a family where I think, for example, I have a younger sister, and both my wife, they're all as people 10 times more stronger than me. They are. So the controversial thing I tell my team is that fundamentally we are the weaker race anyway. So let's accept it. It's just the way it is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right?